Hey guys, I'm sitting here at my desk and I've got several new questions to make videos for. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of them. They're going to come out daily. So this will be great for me. I hope they're good for you as well. Um, just listen to Let's Talk Judas. That's the video that I did on the channel. In the presence of Jesus, you felt unconditional love and an urge to follow Jesus to remain in this love. Do you have an opinion on how Judas could act in such a selfish way in the presence of Jesus? To portray Jesus' unconditional love for wealth. I think understanding Judas can shed light on why some people act the way they do, especially anyone who doesn't believe in Jesus or God. I haven't watched all your videos yet. I apologize if this is already in a video. There's a lot in this question, and there's a couple of things in here that I definitely want to hit upon. The first thing that's mentioned in here is you felt unconditional love and an urge to follow Jeshua. That is a drastic understatement of what I talked about. I felt his presence at first, but he walked over, placed his hand on my heart, and I left my body. I left this entire visual experience. It was far more than unconditional love. It was an experience that I don't think a lot of people got, including all of the other 12. I don't think all of the other 12 got them, right? I believe I was one of the lucky ones who got this experience. The reason I say that is because a lot of people, Thomas was a doubter. I had no doubt after that experience. There was a lot of experiences that you hear about, the Bible talks about Peter denying him 3 times, and John stood at the foot of the cross, and all the other disciples didn't. So I had a very unique experience. So that's the first thing I want to very much clarify. It wasn't just feeling his presence. It was far bigger, far greater. It was something that still affects me to today from the regressions, but it was far more than just feeling his presence. Do you have an opinion on how Judas could act in such a selfish way in the presence of Jesus? It's an interesting question. How could you act in such a different way in front of this amazing individual who was doing all these amazing things? And I'm going to say this very clearly. Jeshua was a man who also had his moments of being mad and sad and angry and frustrated. He was also a man. Judas was also a man. And every man or any man, woman, or child who is here in this physical experience is struggling with their own self-awareness, and their own balance of ego, and it's part of the process of being unconditional love, but also struggling with our fears and anxieties, because that's why we're here, is to experience our fears and anxieties and our unloving things, so that we can come to understand love and God more fully. And so Judas betraying and embezzling and all those things is just what his expression was here in this place, in this world. For that to be done in the presence of another man, that happens every day. And Jeshua was another man. He wasn't a Messiah. He wasn't a deity. He wasn't something that was, in fact, I tried to call him rabbi in my regression. He rejected the word rabbi. He says, I am not a teacher, I am an expression. I'm an expression. That was the idea. The idea was he was an example. He wasn't a teacher. He didn't think of himself as a teacher. He taught, yes, but he didn't want us to set him on a pedestal in any form. He wanted us to come to realize our divinity, our own personal divinity. And the interesting thing about it is that when in another video I did, I talked about, Jeshua taught in parables because he wanted us to find the answers, right? He came and showed example because he wanted us to find the answers, but he didn't think of himself as a teacher, teaching lessons. What he thought of himself was as a example, and through example he was teaching, but he didn't want the people coming up to put him on a pedestal because he thought it slowed their progress, actually. So the next line in here that I want to, especially anyone who doesn't believe in Jesus or God. This is an interesting statement because this can be interpreted multiple ways. And the way that I'm interpreting it, and I could be wrong in the way I'm interpreting it, is that you are setting Jesus apart. And I don't usually use the name Jesus except for in talking about organized religion and modern Christian belief, because they use the name Jesus, and I use the name Jeshua because he's a man, and he never asked anybody to believe in him. He didn't ask anybody to put him above anybody else. And so when I look at this statement, it doesn't believe in Jesus or God. Jeshua said, "You are the children of God. Ye are gods." That's what he said. He kept telling us that it was our faith that healed us. He never said our faith in him. He only said your faith. What does the word faith mean? It means belief. What you believe you're creating, what you think you become, you create your world. As a man thinketh, so is he. You are the culmination of your thought, right? I just quoted Buddha, the Bible, Krishna, right? I just quoted the universal truth. Our beliefs create, and that's what faith means, is belief. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted if you have faith. It does not say anywhere, faith in me. That doesn't anywhere. The last thing you said was apologize if it's already in a video. There's never a need to apologize. There's never a need to apologize. I try to direct people to certain videos. Sometimes I'm too busy. I'll just say, search this in the channel, or on a very rare occasion, I'll search it and I'll plug it in. And I often get people sending me videos, and I would just want to remind everybody who watches this video, if you put a link in the comment, YouTube is going to flag it. And I might not see it for weeks, even a month sometimes, before I go back, and because I don't check the ones that are held for review that often because I'm just too busy. Also, I'm just going to say this again too. If you forget to put a space after a period, YouTube will claim it is a link, thinking it's a dot something, and it'll get thrown into review, and I won't see it for weeks or months. So I guess the point is, if you want to send me videos to check out or something, then give me the title of the video on YouTube. But instead of putting a link in my comments, if you're trying to get me to watch something, I can't promise you I'll watch it because I get a lot of videos of people wanting to watch stuff. And so I just wanted to put that out there. So, but I hope that answers your question about Judas and the divinity of Jeshua as well. So let me move on to the next question. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.